Hello everyone, the Snowman here, and we are closing in on the start of the 2019-2020 NBA season. So for today, I want to take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers, do a little season preview for the Lakers who haven't made the NBA postseason since the 2012-2013 season. But this year, they are a lot of critics, a lot of bookkeepers' favorites, along with the LA Clippers, Milwaukee Bucks favorites to potentially win the NBA championship. So I'm going to go over the Lakers' personnel, their depth chart today, talk about their coaching, give some expectations and predictions. Pulling up the depth chart here, and it is kind of a patchwork job at point guard. The starter who is pegged right now at the start of the season is Rajon Rondo, bringing him back from that one-year contract last year. They also have Quinn Cook and the cult hero Alex Caruso backing things up at that point guard position. Then at the wings, I think they're pretty well set. Danny Green at the 2 guard, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Avery Bradley, obviously LeBron, Jared Dudley fresh off his battle in the 2019 playoffs against Ben Simmons. Those 5 guys will be playing most of the wing minutes. And then looking at the bigs, you've got the new guy in town, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma, who we'll talk about. He's not 100% healthy right now. But then you also have Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee at the center position. This is pretty much the squad. I mean, they're going to try to get potentially Andre Iguodala. If Memphis can reach a buyout with him, maybe they will sign Carmelo Anthony, God forbid. But for the most part, this is their squad moving forward for this season. And so let's start with the king, LeBron James. Maybe a down season by his standards last year. He did get hurt, managed to only play 55 games, which is a career low for him, his fewest ever. And LeBron, number 3 in ESPN's little player rankings that they do every offseason. The first time ever in ESPN's rankings that he wasn't the number 1 player. So I think there's kind of this feeling now that LeBron isn't unanimously the number 1, outright best player in the world anymore. Guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kawhi Leonard certainly have an argument to be made. But, that being said, LeBron still averaged 27, 8, and 9 last year. And I don't think anybody's doubting LeBron's ability to take over a particular game or a singular playoff series. For me, it's only about sustainability at this point. So it's kind of like LeBron is old Batman thinking Dark Knight Rises. He can still beat Bane in a fist fight if he needs to, but he's actively searching for someone to take the mantle for him. LeBron has played over 56,000 minutes in his career, so he needs a Robin to lift him up and help him through the rigors of this now his 17th season. And that perfect heir to the throne for LeBron is his boy Anthony Davis, who comes over from the New Orleans Pelicans. And Davis, it's a match made in heaven right away. AD, probably the most talented player LeBron has ever played with, even better than 2011 Dwayne Wade, in my opinion. He wants to win Defensive Player of the Year, Davis has said. He is a game wrecker on both sides of the floor. Best thing about Anthony Davis, he's 26 years old, and he should be refreshed and recharged. Sat out a lot of games last year with the New Orleans Pelicans amid his trade demand drama. So, only played 56 games. Still got his numbers, but it was a light workload for the Brow, and he is going to be more motivated than ever this season. He's already got 2 of the top 25 seasons all time in terms of PER. We've seen him put up some monstrous stat lines, both offensively and defensively. I just think LeBron and AD are going to play off of each other tremendously this season. It should be a lethal partnership, and AD so efficient in the pick and roll. It's going to be a lot of fun with those 2 leading the charge. All right, then aside from the 2 superstars, we also have Kyle Kuzma, kind of the third wheel here, who's been dealing with a stress reaction in his left foot that he picked up in Team USA training camp. So he may be in doubt at the start of the season, but hopefully he will not be out long term. I don't think it should affect Kuzma for the majority of the season, but I expect another step forward for the third-year player. He needs to be more efficient, will probably be getting less looks, you would think, with Bron back and healthy, and obviously Anthony Davis coming into the fold. Kuz only shot 30% though from 3 last year. He'll have to get that up to be a more efficient, maybe super scorer off the bench. And then Danny Green was a nice 3-and-D addition over this offseason. But Avery Bradley is my sleeper. Some early reports from training camp and preseason coming out of LA are saying that Bradley has been an animal. He is a tenacious defender, energy guy, kind of Tony Allen-esque in my opinion, with a little bit of range from outside. But Avery Bradley, I think he will benefit so greatly from playing alongside LeBron. He's going to be defending opposing point guards this season. And if, he kind of had an up and down and a crazy year last year as a member of the Clippers. I think if Bradley can get going, though, that's a huge positive for the Lakers. And then the biggest question mark of this team, easily at the center position with Dwight Howard. The Lakers did want this position to be held by DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, who tore his ACL in the month of August. So he's going to be out for the whole year. Dwight is LA's now only hope pretty much at center, him and JaVale. And Dwight only played 9 games last season, had that mysterious glute injury. The numbers have still been pretty decent, though. Dwight still gets his fair share of double-doubles, but we have seen the Dwight Bola virus affect 4 different locker rooms over the last 4 years. He has not been a great chemistry guy. It just hasn't seemed like he's been on a lot of winning teams as of late. So I think he's trying to amend his reputation this year. And me personally, I'm more of an emotional sports fan than a logical sports fan per se. I tend to side with the Hall of Famers and the living legends and be on their side well past their expiration dates. But, this is probably reckless, but I still think Dwight has a little bit left in the tank, a little bit left to give to the Lakers. I still believe in Superman in terms of rim protection, rebounding, and finishing around the rim. I think he has a lot to offer. It's just crazy to me, though, that Dwight and LeBron are on the same team with Rajon Rondo, no less, too. These are guys that back in the day were fighting for Eastern Conference supremacy against each other. Dwight and LeBron, head-to-head MVP a few years, 2008 through 2011. And it's good to see that they're teaming up now. Hoping for a nice reclamation story with Dwight Howard, but he is certainly the biggest X factor in this upcoming season. So then kind of a wonky situation. The Lakers fired their head coach Luke Walton after a 37-win season last year and missing the playoffs. The number one choice they wanted this summer was LeBron's boy Ty Lue, but he declined, electing to go to the Clippers instead as an assistant for Doc Rivers. Number 2 choice they wanted, Monty Williams. They struck out on him as well. He's in Phoenix, so that left the Lakers with the team of Frank Vogel and assistant Jason Kidd. And there's undoubtedly going to be some drama with this. Kidd was known for the theatrics in both Milwaukee and Brooklyn. All I know, though, is Vogel gets his teams to play hard for him. He is known for hard-nosed, defensive, gritty teams in both Orlando and then more notably the Pacers. Maybe he can delegate most of the offensive duties to Kidd and LeBron and just stick with the defensive things that he knows best. But realistically, I think the odds are Vogel's probably not still the head coach of this team in the next couple of years. Nonetheless, it's rare you see this much coaching star power, this many big names, big personalities on a coaching sideline. They also have Lionel Hollins, so I think they're just hoping it all meshes well moving forward. So in terms of expectations, the Lakers over-under win total hovering around 50-51 in most Vegas books right now. That's for regular season win totals. And I think, maybe a little conservative, but it's pretty realistic. 3 things in particular may hinder this team in the regular season, one of which the complete lack of chemistry may doom them for at least a while. I think it's going to take some time for these players to gel. The best players on this team, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma, Dwight, Danny Green, they have no experience playing together outside of LeBron and Kuz. Yes, LeBron also played with Dwight during the 2008 Olympics. LeBron also played with AD during the 2012 Olympic run. But for the most part, not a lot of experience playing together. It's going to take some time for that to gel. I know LeBron teams tend to be pretty well known for being tight-knit and, a lot of camaraderie in these groups with LeBron's Halloween parties and all that stuff he does, team dinners. He's all about that brotherhood. So I think it is going to work in due time, but the regular season, it may not show in November, December, January. So I'd probably take the under, actually, on the regular season win total. Number 2, then, I'm also being cautious because of health and load management. We know the magic words, load management. We hear them so much during the regular season now in the NBA nowadays. I wouldn't expect LeBron to play more than 74, 75 games max, even if he is 100% healthy. Same goes for Anthony Davis. Lakers are going to want to be full strength in April. And then number 3, combine that with the lack of depth. They don't have the kind of depth that the LA Clippers do, the Milwaukee Bucks do. So it wouldn't surprise me if they won maybe in the high 40s in terms of games, got a 5 or a 6 seed for the Western Conference playoffs, and then just bunkered down come playoff time. All right, so prediction time. Don't get me wrong, I have much higher expectations for this team come playoff time. And number one, I'm just so excited, though, that parity is going to be returning this NBA season. We haven't seen a field this wide open in a long time. Two teams have pretty much held down 9 of the last 10 finals appearances in the last 5 years with the Golden State Warriors and with the Cavaliers. So this year, it's not going to be the Warriors versus the field. I think we've got 8 to 10 teams that could realistically make a run and be playing in June for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. In terms of on paper, I believe the Clippers should be the favorite over the Lakers, also the Bucks as well. I've got no problem with you putting the Lakers at number 3. I believe those two teams are deeper, have more collective talent, and better coaching than the Lakers. But like so many people of the 7.7 billion people on this planet, I am a biased LeBron James fan. And I just think it would not shock me one bit if the LA Lakers run through the Western Conference, beat maybe the Clippers or the Rockets in the Western Conference Finals, and then defeat the Bucks or the Sixers in the NBA Finals. And I think the Lakers will be the 2020 NBA champions. Wouldn't shock me one bit. I think it happens. LeBron ready to remind people of his greatness and that he is still the best player in the world and perhaps the greatest of all time. I thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media, leave a comment, let me know your expectations for the Lake Show this upcoming season, and I'll be back very soon with more NBA content. See you soon. Cheers.